4, 3, 2, 1.
Got me up the coast, boy. Wanna hear the ocean roar crash over me. Then ride it home, dance it out in moonlight. Hold me tight and don't let go. Watch over me. We are all stardust, stardust, stardust. Left behind, left to find one another, face the sun, fear no one, 'cause we are all one, we are all one, we are all, we are all one, we are all one, we are all. Lift me up, yeah, moonchild, put me into overflow.
Superstar. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Australian Tree. And Kathy Gordon today is our lucky wiener. Hey, country girl. Marlene. Wendy here. Yes. I hear it's Wendy. I was out earlier, but it wasn't Wendy here, but I know in other areas of the state it was. Hey, Luminous. Candace, Country Girl, Skinner Farms, Hair Curlers. Hey, Brittany. So was that you? Does anybody know? Because I haven't seen it myself. I only heard about the incident. But does anybody know who Cow Lady was talking to when she was talking about a Brittany? Was she talking? Does anybody know which Brittany she was talking about? When she said, erotically instead of erratically, she said Brittany came in here all erotically. I know. I need to know too. So that's why I was hoping you guys could tell me. But maybe, I know, frustrating. But maybe if, it's not clickbait. I put a question. I said, I wonder how Donna Wells Court went today. And that's true. I'm asking that question. I figured let's see if Dawn B doesn't have something up or JLR, then nobody probably knows. Or Josh is live here in a little bit. I don't know. I got one heck of an invitation. Let's see what plays out. Interesting. So Don B just posted that he had got one heck of an invitation. So I guess he's being kind of vague here. 4 minutes ago he said that. So he hasn't posted anything. Oh shit, JLR's live.
We shine the light on Don Wells. Donald Wesley Wells. We shine the light on Mr. Wells.
I didn't know he was live. Well, we could go over that if you guys want to, but Josh is going to be doing that probably in 30 minutes. And I figured, there's going to be plenty of people going over that. And I honestly, thank you to Josh for getting that out there so we can just see even more how much of a piece of shit Don is. I appreciate it. But I don't know how much of it I need to really go over because it's all stuff, really that we knew. He wasn't gonna. I don't believe that was to the people saying that was Josh undercover or something. People, that's ridiculous. Okay, I really don't think that Josh would. No, that's some serious trouble you'd get in if something like that was concocted. I don't think so. Hey, Christy Solo. I so enjoy your life. Thanks for all you do. Oh, thank you, Debbie. That's really nice. Thank you for being here. You've watched it so many times already. Yeah, well, it's okay. Just because somebody else is live, it doesn't mean I don't have to have hundreds and hundreds of people in here. Some of my best lives I feel have been, the smaller ones, for real. I was trying to time it so I would be live at separate times. That's why I went live now. I didn't, but it looks like JLR had the same idea. Can I just stream Josh? That's wrong. I mean, he's just to be probably, I'm sure he's got to be talking about that call. So yeah, I don't know. It was just stuff that we know. He's a POS, okay? Unfortunately, they are not prosecuting Don Wells at this time in Utah for the crimes that he committed against his stepsisters, allegedly. But that doesn't mean Don can't be civilly held liable, which I doubt that they care to do that. But he could also be found. They could also press charges in the future if more evidence comes out, or if maybe there's a new district attorney or something. Hey, Leslie. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's see here. I started watching you because of the time you were on. Justin laughed so hard. Oh, which one? I think are you talking about the recent one with the tarot cards? Superstar. Yeah, Burn Barrel made that for me. We had to change my intro because it had Tiffany Marie in it. And plus it was my 1 year anniversary one anyways. And it's now been 2 years, so it's outdated. It was time for a new one. And at the time, Tiffany Marie was doing some fuck shit. So, yeah. Right now, of course, you guys all know about that. I'm sure their little breakup, I don't know what's going on there. It's just, that's also expected, kind of like the Don Wells call. It's not shocking anymore. You know what I mean? You think Don's in jail? Why do you think Don was in jail? I absolutely thought it was Josh. I went to college for linguistics. Sure sounded like Josh to me. I also remembered Chris saying the detective went to the jail and questioned Don, not calls. I don't know. I kind of remember something like that being said, but thinking about it, that's like unlikely because that's Tennessee. He was in jail in Tennessee, and these charges were filed over in Utah. So usually, yeah, detectives don't travel for those sorts of things like that, you know. Just I don't think they do, not unless it's a very. So how do you think that they would, how would they pull that off though, Alicia? Because you know they have to get permission through the jail. So what do you think happened? And I'm not talking shit to you at all. I'm willing to listen to you guys. I think that wouldn't that be illegal? Pull up my I'm trying to pull up my so I can see the comments on my phone. Because I can't see you guys right now. Oh, there you are. There you are. How would it be legal? Because Don was a inmate and he's in custody of the state, and that call was not recorded by the jail. The jail has rules about phone calls, and only the calls that are with lawyers and detectives and stuff are able to get bypass the whole recording. That's why you hear the detective on the phone ask, or if the lady on the phone ask if they were ready for Don Wells or whoever, it was a lady, or I don't know if it was a lady or a man, but the person at the jails asked if the detective, he was ready for Don Wells, and they had a hand on the phone. That was because Don had to go to a particular phone to use that wouldn't record the call because it was supposedly a detective. You see what I mean? It just sounds like something would. You're saying Don called him? It was something that sounds like it was set up with the jail. I didn't think it sounded like him at all. Like, it didn't even cross my mind. And Josh was the one I heard say it first. That I didn't even, when he mentioned it, I was kind of shocked because I didn't think it sounded like him at all. But then I started to get some text asking me, and I was like, well, I did hear John, oh my God, my mind. I did hear Josh say he thought it sounded like him, but it's not him. I didn't think it sounded like him. I just want to think I don't know about that. Yeah, it was a call. I know it was a call, but they record phone calls. They record all phone calls. That means he had to bypass the system. You hear the jailer handing Don the phone. If Don called him, why didn't he use the phones they have in the jail in the block? You know what I mean? Where you call Colette. That's not what happened. You hear in the recording the phone being handed over to Don from an employee over at the jail. So Don had to be taken to a special phone to make the call because it was a detective, because it was a supposed detective, and then that means the call is not recorded. The reason why it was recorded here, it was because the detective must have recorded it. The jail doesn't record those calls. They don't record calls with detectives and lawyers. I wonder who's passing the rumors. Well, the first one who said it was actually Josh himself. Like in his live, he just told he wanted to squash it up front and just be like, "Okay, guys, I know people are gonna say this guy sounds like me, but no, that's not me." And so yeah, you would think that the jail would had to have verified that the person that Dawn was calling was actually a detective, because you could hear there was a jail employee assisting Dawn with a call. It was not a regular call from a jail. So it sounded like the employee at the jail first, dialed the number and then, dialed the number themselves and probably had a scheduled call for a certain time. And I would think the jail would verify the phone number and all that. I know, I don't think so either. There's no cost for FOIAs. Can you do them online, Justin? I know, Brittany. Well, I think people are thinking that, oh, Chris McDonough put Josh up to it or something. You know what I mean? I just I can't imagine doing something like that, ruining your reputation for something like that. And then you would also have to be, somebody at a jail employee would have to be in on it probably. Justice AB 118 for you guys remember when everybody thought that Sassy, what's her name? Sassy Krama Mama. You guys remember before she came on camera and everybody thought I was Krama Mama? They swore. I mean, I had people call me and be like, Ziggy, just tell me the truth. Come on. Thinking I was lying. I really had people really you're lying, straight up. And people that I was, I was cool with too. So it wasn't just haters, trolls, or whatever. People, these were my friends being like, Ziggy, come on, you can tell us. I'm like, no, it's not me, I swear. Josh said it cost him $118. Yeah, I thought recordings cost money. I always thought FOIAs cost money. That's why I never really tried. Horry County website. Don lied about Utah. I doubt he told the truth from the start. Oh, sweet. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's lied. That's the name of the game for him. Of course he lied. We don't even have to know. We don't even have to listen to any recording. We could we could take a random recording of Don anytime during the day and guarantee there's a freaking lie in there in that 1 minute, just like a 1 minute clip. Yeah. You remember? I just can't. I listened to a little bit of it back to see what everybody was talking about. And I could kind of tell, but you know that I could kind of see what people were talking about, but I just do not believe. I don't believe they would do that. That's pretty risky, and I just don't think so. But Mary requested it. Josh paid for it. I've never been charged for a FOIA. Now, if you don't want to do the work and you go through a service, it's much easier. It will cost you. Okay. So you just email them a lot of times? They don't charge you per paper? They don't charge you for the paper, like $1 a paper or anything? But yeah, Mama T, but you do know that Josh said that himself. He was the very first one to say it. He said it on his live because that's where I heard it. Because when he mentioned, and when he was like, and no, that's not me, you know, I was like, what? I didn't even think that was you. You know what I mean? I didn't think it even sounded like you. So I was shocked. I was surprised. But he might have, I mean, if I was him, I would have, if somebody had already told me that because he probably, maybe he could tell himself it sounded like him, or maybe, you know, maybe Chris thought it sounded like him, or maybe somebody told him it did. I mean, if it was me and I was Josh, I would be upfront too, and I'd be like, tell everybody, no, I know you're gonna say this sounds like me, but no, that's not me. I would have done the same exact thing. They do cost per page. Calling the scrapyards tomorrow. Yeah, you should. Did you figure out, do you remember which one it was, Green Eyes? If you email me and remind me, I can look for you and find the one they say it was. I think he addressed him as Donnie because the family calls him that, and he had only talked to family. Yeah, that's true. Most of his family does call him Donnie, don't they? Mary calls him Donnie. Wish people would stop giving the Wills and Day what they want. Hawkins County charges for paper things too. You have to live there. Oh. He said Donald and Donnie, but I'm not going to dig that hole. Why would Josh or Chris do that? I don't. But after Josh said that, I was like, oh God, here we go. I already knew that was, like, when he said it, I was like, oh no. But I would have done the same thing. Even him, I think it was best that he mentioned it. Because if he didn't say anything, people would have really been. I just couldn't believe that no. They would risk their reputations for such a thing. I heard him say it, but he probably already knew that what they were going to say, and they probably told him that he did it beforehand because they knew the calls were coming out. He first addressed him as Donald and then called him Donnie. I know there's a lot of lies on YouTube. I get that for sure. Probably half, at least. Half the information on YouTube is false. Oh, he was responding to chat comments. Somebody in the chat might have said it. I can remember everybody believing Candace had a heart attack and was in the hospital. I doubt that many people here believe that because I remember people like right away questioning that photo, but I mean, I don't know. There's probably were a lot of people that were defending her and saying that was real. No, and that's what I'm hoping you guys know. Do you? I was just looking up. I don't see. Where do I look up traffic? I was just on the what? Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me retry. Let me try this again. Let's go to Circuit Court Civil. Trying to find the information online about it. And I'm not having any luck. Oh wait, it's Sullivan, isn't it? It's Sullivan, right? Shit, that's why. God, it was Sullivan. Gosh darn it. Okay. Now is it going to be criminal or... There was a defendant named Donald J. Wells. What the heck? There was a Donald Wells in Sullivan County. Robbery. Somebody named Donald Wells committed robbery in Sullivan County in July of 2009. But the middle initial is different. It's J. But what bugs me about that is Dawn was known to use false names. But surely they would. Yeah, there was a Donald J. Wells in Sullivan County. The birthday, I don't think it says on here. It doesn't say on these crappy websites. Tennessee has a crappy freaking website for court stuff. Hey, Jude. Still looking to see if I can find his court stuff today or anything about it. Who the hell is this Donald J. Wells? And then there's a Donald Kent Wells. Oh, there's Donald Wesley Wells. So it shows that he had that traffic hearing today at 8:30, but it doesn't give any hearing result. There's no update on it at all. Yeah, there's a Donald J. Wells and Sullivan. Interesting. Yeah, so no updates on the court website, which that website is crappy anyways. You didn't see him registered in any Tennessee jail? Oh, yeah, I guess I could check Vine link, but I'm sure people would have saw him in. I don't know why he would be arrested, but unless... There is a... There's like a lot of Donald Wells. But, oh, wait. Yeah, it shows on VineLink that, it doesn't show anything about him being in custody. There's a bunch of Donald Wells, like, in the state, though, that have been in custody in Tennessee. Let's see who. But I'm not sure if it's... It says Dixon. Donald Wesley Wells. Oh, we're just checking because he had court today. So people were wondering how his court went today. We're all curious. Tons of freaking Don Wells and VineLink. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Donald Tracy Wells. Dang. I only see one here, but it's his ticket, but it doesn't say anything about him being, arrested or anything like that. It just says his case is open. It doesn't have any type of information. It doesn't say if he went to court today. Nothing. Was he required to go? I'm the only person that there's one other person with my name in the United States. I started getting her Hilton Rewards emails because she has an Adrian Amos at Gmail, or no, it was Adrian. It was like she put down my email as her Hilton Rewards. Like she must have put Gmail instead of Yahoo or something. I don't know. But yeah, there's one other lady with my first and last name. That's first and last. I'm not talking about middle name too. I'm the only one in the United States with my whole name. If they don't arrest him for anything else, I'm sure he's not going to get arrested for right. Yeah, but there was something about it, about him not registering his new his address. Was he supposed to have a Arkansas license? Had he lost his license in the state of Tennessee? But that is such a true statement, SL. True, so true. I have to address it again. Ain't that the truth? I mean, God. He's pretty lucky. He should be thanking his lucky stars that he is not getting charges for Utah. But he totally deserved all the anxiety and stress and worry that it induced, thinking that he might. I'm sorry. You can call me whatever. I don't care. But he needs a scare at the minimum. I mean, God, if we're not going to do anything else. Because I don't care what he says. I know he was freaking shaking in his boots. The long gun. Right, with all the I think they were BB guns though, right? Now lives more than 10 cats combined. Yeah, pretty lucky. But let me tell you, everything comes to light in one way or okay, not all crimes are solved. But everything is balanced out in this world. That's just how it goes. Everything's about balance. The justice system's about balance. You're always trying to be in a state of balance, it's all about equilibrium. You think his license was suspended for a DUI? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So what did he do? Go get an Arkansas one? That's why I'm like, or maybe he already got his license back. But the thing is, he was driving right when he got out of jail. So he was probably driving on, who knows? This guy, I mean, I would totally expect him to be driving on a suspended license. That's like child's play for him. He was driving on his Arkansas one. Okay. But I did that. I lived in West Virginia and I always had an Indiana license. What is that like really a crime? I know you're supposed to change it, right? I know you're supposed to. but the thing is, I was going back and forth from Indiana to West Virginia. I went to Indiana like every month. So, but I was living in West Virginia. Have to have more. Gosh, I lost my license for a long time for my first DUI. I think it was like a year. Fred has been trying to get a hold of me. He emailed me today just asking how I was. He's been trying to send me messages on that chirping device thing, but I haven't been able to add money on it, so he can't send me messages. But it's like sending me notifications trying to get me to add money on it. Like, I emailed him. I told him I'm sorry. I can't right. I just can't right now. When you move, you have 30 days to get that state license. Oh, really? Right. So, yeah. In Indiana, let's see. In Indiana, I'm trying to remember. I think so. It's either Indiana or Florida. Okay, one of them is like 3 DUIs in 10 years is a felony, or 2, and then the other state is 2 DUIs in 5 years is a felony. Don't ask how I freaking know that. I don't want to explain. What are you guys talking about? I got a ticket or something for it many years ago for having a different state's license. If it's suspended, I wouldn't think you could get it in another state. That's what I know, right? It used to be, I guess it used to be back in the day, or I think there's still like a way around that whole thing. I don't know if there's like a couple states that aren't in the system. I believe, or if it used to be a thing, but it used to be like if you got a DUI, you could just go. There was another state you could go to and get a license in a different state. But I'm pretty sure nowadays, I don't know. Like, thankfully, it's been 20 years since I've got a DUI, so I'm not exactly sure how it works today. Tim. Oh, that's right. Oh, you're right, Carmen. Thank you so much for. So we have so many geniuses here. Carmen's a genius. That's right. I remember about that. He does. He has a work license then. Okay. He has one of those special licenses, or it might just be a condition for him to have a license. He has to have one of those breathalyzer things for like, sometimes it's like you have to have one for like 6 months or something. Hey, Karma is Queen. Yeah, it is true. He was in jail for 9 months, so. Well, Hey, Kathy. We're just talking about Don and his court date today. We don't know what happened. If anybody has heard any news, let me know where you heard it so I could go check it out and show everybody, because I have not heard anything and I don't see anything updated on the website. And there's really nothing else I can think of as a way to find out. It'd have to be somebody who talks to Don and Candace, and I don't have any connections that talk to Donna and Candace anymore that relay me messages. I used to. I used to, but Don and Candace burned so many bridges, that it's hard to keep steady ones. A bread and butter license. I think it's for a year. She shouldn't be allowed to drive. She's only 37 and 4 DUIs in 12 years. God. So what happens if she gets another one? Are they going to make her lose it for life? I hope to God so. I think it is like 5 DUIs is like a lifer, isn't it? In Tennessee. Okay, cool. Yeah, why not? Leslie, if, it's not speeding and not turning his license over by the 30-day license Tennessee limit. Okay. Yeah, isn't it 5 DUIs? It is, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's different from state to state, but I'm thinking in a lot of states, it's usually 5 is about the number you lose your license for life. And once you get to it's up, you lose it for a long time. Like once you get to 3 and 4, I would hope to freaking God, especially within a certain amount of time. They take into account the length of time in between them too, in between them. And it's different in different states, but some states it's a felony for 2 DUIs within 5 years. Yeah, that's what most people do. When I didn't have my license, I didn't drive at all. I didn't risk it. But I didn't have I'm trying to think if I did maybe, once or something or twice, just I might have, but I really, at the time, I didn't really, it wasn't a necessity for me to be driving anyways. Not much. Right, Candace. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a fine. That's why I was wondering, did he even have to show up? He probably didn't even have to go to court. I mean, here in Indiana, you don't have to go to court. You just pay it. Jody Sue has no license and gets no tickets for it. The reason Josh said not to think it's him on the audio is because the detective's first name is Josh. Oh, really? Josh, I heard him say that it sounded that people that he no, Josh was saying too that it sounded like him. That people that he knew that the guy sounded like him, and the part I heard, that's what he said is, and it was towards the end when he said it. It was after the call. So he must have either, I wasn't paying attention to chat, so maybe people were saying in the chat that the guy sounded like him or something. But yeah, even Josh was like, yeah, we have the same cadence, or he said something like that. But no, it's not me. Ask Fred about what? A guy who's in jail on drug charges. What's the guy's name again? What's the guy you guys are talking about? Yeah, so many people think it does sound like Josh. Like, I've had so many people text me about it, but you know, in my opinion, I didn't think so. Not even for a second. And I don't believe that was no way. Me personally, I don't believe that nonsense. I just don't think so. I mean, for what? What would be the purpose? Laura, Laura has still been sick. Who owns the light blue truck with the antique plates? Light blue. Let me message Laura. Maybe she'll get back to us in time. I don't know. What's antique plates mean? I don't know what that means. I don't think she's going to know what antique plates means because I don't know what it means. Or is that a country thing? Maybe she will know what it means. What's antique plates mean? To kind of own a light blue truck. I'll just ask her if she knows anybody who drives a light blue truck. I'll start it out with that question and go from there. 11:11, guys. Oh my God, it's 11:11. Holy crap! Make a wish at 11:11 today. And I saw 11:11 also this morning. Oh my God! What's that mean? Something lucky? I'm gonna be something good happening. Yes. Please. Oh. The truck is an antique. Oh. Okay. That's good to know. I'll see what Laura says and then I'll go from there. She might not get right back a hold of me, but I don't have a way to ask Fred like instantly because he doesn't have money on his chirp and I don't have money to put on it. So I can't message him. I mean, I can email him, but the only way he can see his emails is in the day room on the little machine thing. That's where he reads his emails, but you have to have a chirp device and money on the chirp to receive like these text message type things. And it's expensive. They charge like 10 cents a text to him and back. So, and you only get 160 characters per 10 cents. Who has the antique truck? I don't know. That's what they're wanting to find out. Why? What made people bring up an antique truck? How do you get in touch with me? Here, YouTube Ziggy. Here. Okay, right there. Nightbot just put my email right here. Well, Fred's a really good one to ask on that. So I will email him as well when I get off here. If I haven't, I'm gonna email him no matter what about that. Missy Forensic Astrology. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I remember that's that truck in that drawing, isn't it? Is that the one, the lady who did the drawing in front of the camper thing that had like a bald dude and a ladder? Yeah, it is expensive. Okay. Well, I can't do it over here because it's, astrology stuff, but it's probably astrology Missy. Which one are you talking about? Oh, you said, the 6-part. You said a 6. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, she's doing the.
Hello, and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a dowsing rod session today, and
I just hate those dowsing rods. I can't watch that. Is it the dowsing rods? I hate those. I'll watch other readings by her, though, if she has other things that aren't dowsing rods. Yeah, it is all. It all is all dowsing rods. I can't watch that. Those things. I do not. I have a very, very hard time believing in the dowsing rods, and I'm very, I'm into that stuff. It's just because I have dowsing rods and I've used them, and I've seen how inaccurate they are. So yeah, I have zero faith. Now, maybe it's something that it depends on who's using it or something. It's her last 6. Dark Rose. Yeah, I think Dark Rose was a. Hold on. Somebody sent me an email. Yeah, I seen these pictures. But it doesn't give any information. Thank you for that, though. At least it'll be in my email so I can access it easily. Okay, cool. I'll definitely check it out. Okay. Okay, thank you, Susie. I got them. I appreciate that. I found that finally. I have it. I was finally able to find what you sent me. But still, it's nice to have the screenshots because sometimes it's just no information. You know what I mean? When you go to the part where it says hearing result, it's blank. It doesn't even say what happened today. It shows all the fees like he's getting from this. $395.50 is his ticket charge. 400 smackaroonies. Yeah, maybe it's just matters who's doing them or something. I just, maybe that's just not my thing. I find accuracy in the tarot cards like much more so than, but maybe it's different per. I was going to show you guys something that I saw earlier today. You guys remember that shooting where that, let's see. The Nashville's Covenant shooter, Audrey Hale's Death Day Manifesto. Do you guys remember this? The Nashville shooter. There was a leak this morning, of her journal, it was like, yeah, it's a journal. It's like basically her notes on what she planned to do. Who's seen this? Anybody? It's crazy. It's absolutely bone chilling, guys. Postpone. Yeah, this is so freaky. So maybe should we polish up on this case? Because I'm trying to remember. Well, let me polish up on this case real quick. Audrey, let's see, is it Audrey? Audrey Hale. A woman who identified as transgender entered the private elementary school and opened fire, taking the lives of 3 children and 3 staff members. Okay. How old was she again? Wow. Look at this. Look at this real quick. This is interesting. Nashville mayor orders investigation after Covenant school shooter's writings were posted online. Images purported to be the writings from the shooter who was killed by police after having opened fire at the Covenant school in March were posted online Monday by a podcast host, which I'm going to show you guys here them in a second. So horrible. The mayor of Nashville, Tennessee called Monday for an investigation after images purported to be the writings of a shooter who killed 6 people at the Covenant School in March were posted online. The 3 images of writings, which were posted Monday by a I'm having trouble talking this evening. I need water. Which were posted Monday by a conservative podcast and YouTube show host, are said to be from the shooter. NBC News has not confirmed whether the documents are authentic. Audrey Hale, 28, was killed by police after having opened fire on March 27th at the private Christian school which Hale had once attended. The shooter killed 3 children and 3 adults. Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell said he directed Metro Nashville Law Director Wally Dietz to initiate an investigation into how these images could have been released. I am deeply concerned with the safety, security, and well-being of the Covenant families and all Nashvillians who are grieving, O'Connell says in a statement. Podcast host Steven Crowder posted the images online Monday. The writings in the images appear to have language about carrying out a shooting at a school and a date. The Metropolitan Nashville Police Department said the 3 images are not MNPD crime scene images. A spokesman for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said the agency was aware of the images but cannot speak to their authenticity. The 3 children killed in the attack were 9-year-old students, and the adults were killed were a custodian and a substitute teacher and the head of the school. A group of parents whose children were at the Covenant School during the attacks have filed a motion seeking to keep the writings secret. On Monday, a spokesman for the parents called whoever posted them a viper and said the person released evidence that was gathered in our most vulnerable moment. You have now allowed the shooter who terrorized our family with bullets to be able to now terrorize us with words from the grave, said the spokesperson, Brent Leatherwood, whose 3 children were at the school and survived. Officials have not made the writings public, and the release of any writings is the subject of an ongoing lawsuit. In their motion seeking to keep the writings secret, the parents argued that no good can come from the release and that they do not wish them released. They called them the dangerous and harmful writings of a mentally damaged person. Tennessee Hope Republicans have called for them to be released. David Rabin, an attorney for Hale's parents, told NBC affiliate WSMV of Nashville that they could not authenticate the writings that were shared. We have absolutely not released anything, but we certainly did not release this, Rabin told the station. Police have said Hale planned extensively for the shooting, and investigators found drawn maps of the school with surveillance and entry points. The shooter was armed with what police have described as 2 assault rifles and a handgun. Leatherwood said the release of the images had little value and that the world already knew that Hale was deeply disturbed, but that the release could cause harm to him and other parents and children. To the online shock jock who aired these images, I would challenge him and anyone who amplifies them online. Just be human for once, Leatherwood said. Crowder's show did not immediately respond for request Monday night. Well, so I guess since the family doesn't want them shown, I guess I better not show them. Unfortunately. But I'm telling you guys, like I said, they are quite shocking. And now they are out there. Yeah. What do you guys think about that? You think he paid the ticket and court was canceled? Well, hey, Colt 45. Of course, I'm having, that sinus shit going on. I hate that. I might have to go get another drink because I keep seeing 111 everywhere, guys. Look at how long the live's been going. 111. So basically in the writings, I'll kind of describe some of the stuff, okay? To try to be respectful. I get, since I guess that's what the families want, but I'm not the one that released them. I didn't have private writings that weren't supposed to be released. I would never do that. Like, oh my God, I would never. No. But now they're out there. It's kind of like once something. It's like people who private their videos, who come on here on YouTube. You guys, I've always said, what's the point? I don't private videos. What's the point? Anything it's already out there. There are people that literally screen record all my lives. Not just mine, but there's people that do it for like pretty much everybody's. Yeah, there's a lot of losers in this world. Surprise, surprise. Oh, they said there was a golden dome over the playground and they saw angels. That's so cute. Hey, Chloe. Yeah, we can't blame the parents here because this girl, she was 28. She was a grown adult. What kind of grown adult thinks it's a good idea to go into an elementary school and shoot up an elementary school? Are you kidding me? This woman was damn near 30 years old. God. And it was well planned out too. These writings are so, oh my God, it's disturbing, okay? I can see why the family wouldn't want to see these plastered all over the internet and to, because it's bad. She had it planned. She had a set date. She had a set time. Everything was planned out, the exact time. She had a certain number she wanted to at least get, and she was planning on targeting little kids. I think there's something about the school that it looks like she thought the school was an uppity, like, rich person school. I guess it's a private school or something, according to her writings. And it's a private school, and according to her writings, it's an uppity school. She used the word uppity. And, she said with their uniforms, she was talking about their perfect backpacks and everything. These people, I guess, were rich kids or whatever. And this the shooter, Audrey, she was a student at the school at one time when she was younger. But this is an elementary school, you got to remember. So what is that? Like 11 and under? She's 28. What kind of grudge do you have for little kids at 28? It's like, it was like some weird type of thing she thought she was doing, saving the world from, you know, these spoiled brats who, you know, are going to drive mommy and daddy's, that's the kind of stuff that she's saying in these writings. And saying things like she hopes that she gets a high number. And like how she's so excited. I mean, it's unreal. It's like she has it says it's like today is the day. And, you know, she's like writing it all out. Yeah, these just came out today. But I didn't know. Good thing I read that article first because I didn't know. So that was, that definitely was divine intervention there saying, hey, the families don't want it shared. So the right thing to do is not to share it. You guys know where it's at. I mean, I did show it there for a second before I had read the article, and then I saw in the article that the parents were asking people not to share it. So, but you guys know it is out there if you want to see it, and that's the kind of stuff that's in it. I mean, I can see why people would be interested in it because of, it gets into the mind of somebody like that. You know what I mean? She has a writing here that was almost 2 months before the date happened, and she's making plans almost 2 months in advance. She has a whole schedule mapped out from the time she wakes up at 6:30 a.m. to the time to her quote unquote time to die at 12:37. It's super disturbing. This is a grown woman or a grown adult. Because I'm not sure what she identified as a woman, right? That's some crazy shit. Let's see what. It looks like I'm going to go get a drink real quick, and I'll show what the parents are saying about it while I go get a drink real quick. It says attorney for the parents. So here, let's play this.
News 2, breaking news alert. Thank you, Mark. An emotional Covenant father asked, "How could you?" In the last hour, he responded to a conservative commentator who released what he claims are portions of the Covenant shooter's so-called manifesto. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. The Covenant families fought for months to keep those writings private after the shooter killed 6 people, including children. The release this morning appeared to catch everyone off guard, including the Covenant families and police. So far, no officials have disputed the authenticity.
News 2's Nikki McGee is standing by with the investigation and the man who released the writings. But we begin with News 2's Mai Owens after hearing from the father of a Covenant student. Mai?
Well, Bob and Haley, just moments ago, we heard from a parent whose 3 children survived the Covenant shooting. He says this entire day has been like a gut punch. This is exactly what parents and families have been fighting to prevent these writings from coming out, saying to stop further trauma to the families, who says that they knew that these writings were, quote, evil. Now, this leak comes on the heels of an ongoing legal battle on whether the writings of 28-year-old Audrey Hale should be released to the public. Just last month, the Court of Appeals listened as both Covenant families and Metro government spoke on why they believe they have the right to weigh in on whether the so-called manifesto is released. Like I said, less than an hour ago, Brent Leatherwood addressed the releasings on behalf of Covenant families. While he could not say for certain if these images are real or not, he says that doesn't matter. Simply showing this type of language in words is damaging to the families who not only survived the mass shooting, but lost a loved one. Tonight, he spoke directly to the officer who released the photos.
You are a viper. You're a member of the law enforcement community. And you have released evidence that was gathered in our most vulnerable moment. You have now allowed this woman who terrorized our family with bullets to be able to now terrorize us with words from the grave. How could you?
Now, Leatherwood says after learning about the releasings, he went straight to Metro Police and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation to find out how this might have happened. He says that Metro Police have assured him that whoever leaked these photos will be brought to justice.
Oh, wow. Wow. What happened? What got your attention? What's going on? I'm trying to scroll up and see what you guys were talking about, you weirdos. He said you're a viper. Who did? Who said I'm a viper? Who was it? I didn't mean to. I didn't know I didn't think that the. Whatever, guys. I could have continued on showing them, you know. Hold on. So okay. I didn't see where anybody called me a viper. A lot of YouTubers showed them today. Yeah. Well, you know, I started to, and then once I saw it was the family's wishes not to, you know, there was more than what I had just shown. I had only shown what was the first page of that guy's tweet. There was a few other pages besides that, but yeah. So breaking news. Well, kind of, not really. You guys might not care too much, but it has been reported that thankfully, thank the Lord, Michelle Lawson is not going back to Brandon. She is divorcing him. Thank you, Jesus, that she has some sense. And he couldn't live with his dad because his dad owns guns. So she moved out and Brandon went back to the house. So Brandon is staying at the house by his lonesome. Thank God. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I was so afraid she was going to be one of those crazy lunatics that stayed with somebody like that. And also, thank God that Ronnie Lawson didn't go get rid of all his guns and shit so his son could stay with him. I'm glad, well, I guess Ronnie's a sheriff. He can't be without a gun. So I meant the guy in the chat, or I meant the guy in that interview calling out. Yeah, whoever that law enforcement guy is, I'd be kind of worried. Hold on. What? All charges were dismissed against Fred Hill. No. I just got an email from Fred a few hours ago. I mean, that would be awesome, but I don't know how fast their emails send out, but they seem to be pretty fast. Somebody just sent me a screenshot, and showing that here. I'm going to show you guys. Thank you to the person who sent this. Okay. So, of course, it's in you-know-who's chat. So, it's probably, I'm sure it's complete bullshit. I just heard from Fred like a few hours ago, and he just emailed from the Hawkins County Jail. All charges were dismissed against Fred Hill. A total of $7,708 is owed by Hill for fees and fines. On 10/18/2023, FIFA lien on personal property was issued to Fred Hill. You mean his dad? His dad is, well, his dad's Ronald. Ronald Frederick. Well, let's see. Let's do some investigating here. I don't know where somebody would get something like that. What's a FIFA mean? What's a FIFA? What the hell's a FIFA? Hold on. I do see something about a FIFA here. What the hell? Look. What's this mean? Look, FIFA. Served 10/18/23. What's that? Hold on. She's saying, and so in the text, or so in the screenshot, she's saying lien on personal property. Okay. That doesn't but his charges weren't dismissed. If a FIFA or whatever that is, which is supposed to be a lien on personal property, so that probably means on his trailer or whatever, there's a lien on his trailer for the $7,700 from the case. Okay, that makes sense. But that doesn't mean his charges were dismissed. They're putting a lien against his property. It looks like. It looks like he's I don't know why somebody would say that the charges were dismissed, though. It says disposed. And disposed is to settle. Disposed is not dismissed. Disposed means the case has been put to rest. So I don't know if they're thinking because it says disposed here that it was dismissed or something, that his charges were dismissed, but No, the disposition type here is guilty. Yeah, there's this lien here. There is a lien. So if that's if that's what that FIFA is, a lien, that makes sense to me. Because let's see, what's his fees? Yeah. Let me see. Well, here's $3,929 right here. So I don't know where she got that amount that she said of $7,708. Wait, hold on. What the hell? Hold on. I mean, what's she doing? Trying to double this amount? Maybe he has probably his Sullivan case too. He has fines on too. I don't see anything about anything being dismissed though. At all. He legit emailed me from the jail today. Some idiot in Cal's chat was saying this, and it's not true that all charges were dismissed against Fred Hill, and that he owes $7,708, and that he had a lien put on his personal property. Okay, but his charges were not dismissed. Where the hell do people get this shit? It's a court order commanding the sheriff to collect a judgment by either getting the money or to levy and sell sufficient property of the persons named in the FIFA. Okay. Thank you so much. Hold on, let me pin that so everybody can see. Court order commanding the sheriff to collect a judgment by either getting the money or to levy and sell sufficient property of the persons named. Well, you know what? It was like, it's funny because it's always like this, always. Brandon Lawson's he's not welcome back at the church anymore either, at Burham Church. Thank God. Kathy, I was just laughing at your text. I'll reply later. But thanks for finding that, Amy, because I was searching that and I couldn't find it. Because I was typing in like that, how this lady had it, how Sweet D put it, and it was coming up the Federal Football Association. He'll be welcome at Dawn's church. Oh my God. It's not even funny, but so what did you guys think? Like, oh my God, those freaking, that the shooter's manifesto thing. I don't think people are wanting to see it to, because they're in any cruel way. Like, well, at least I'm more interested in it because of the psychology aspect of it. You know what I mean? When looking at these documents. So I mean, it gets you in the mind of a sociopath. I mean, I'm assuming that if she's a sociopath, like, you'd have to be to commit such a crime. Either way, it gets you in her mind. Let's see, what was that said again? I feel like I could read it better on my phone. But she had mapped out her whole day that day. She considered it the death day. Or I'm sorry, death. DEATH day is what she named it. She had written down like what time everything she would do, when she would wake up, what time she would get dressed, what time she would leave, what time, eat breakfast, packing her belongings, what time she's gonna pack her belongings. She has to test some kind of knife. Oh my God. She even maps out getting geared up and, getting all the stuff she needs for, put in the trunk and everything. It's absolutely. And then it looks like she made a videotape of some kind. Did you guys know that? Because in this, it shows where she, it says like, at a certain time that she was going to make her final videotape that day, the death day. And it was right before, 10 minutes before she left for the school. So it sounds like she was like doing social media videos or something. No, it doesn't look like a grown adult wrote it. It looks like somebody with the mind of a teenager wrote it. I mean, she's talking about stuffed animals, like grabbing her stuffed animals to take with her. What the hell? On D-Day, she's going to take stuffed animals and possessions with her. And then she has like a little heart around where she wrote, "Eat breakfast at home." A heart around home. Like this person is absolutely insane. What is wrong with this person? Oh my God. I mean, and then one of the pages she has dated almost 2 months before the actual day, day of the incident, where she's writing very horrible, calling the kids at the school very horrible names, like the most horrible names you can think of calling kids. And the way she was talking about the kids, it sounds like she had a issue with the school. Well, she was a student at the school at one time but it's an elementary school, you gotta remember. So it's a long time ago. But she's talking about, you know, how much she dislikes them and why she dislikes them, and she says because it's a private fancy school and with those fancy khakis and sports backpacks with their daddy's Mustangs and convertibles. Yeah. And then she says really sick, horrible things. Oh my God, it's so horrible. Then she's saying the F word and she's transgendered herself. Like, isn't that, I mean, what the hell? She is so foul. Nobody should say that word, by the way. No matter, seriously. Yeah. Then she made an entry and talked about, you know, made a journal entry on the morning of the incident. For some reason, March 27th of this year was the date she picked. So crazy. She was bullied at school. She was bullied at that school. She was mental and lost. Yeah. Was she a boy and transitioned into a girl? Is that what happened? Or I mean, is that? I mean, and to think like of all schools, like you're gonna go into an elementary school. What? Like, why don't you go to the preschool? Are you freaking serious? Do these like sick, you know what, like just try to one up each other? These people have no shame. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, if you're going to go to elementary school, and then, I mean, why would you even target the little kids? You don't even target the teachers who, you know, or take it out on the actual people, not the children. Oh, okay. She transitioned to into okay, boy. So should I be saying him? Well, no disrespect if I'm miss whatever it's called. I'm sorry. Misgendering. I remember being shocked it was a female shooter. Yeah. And she's acting, you know, her mind kind of makes me think of, I mean, I know people are probably going to give me hell for thinking this, but it reminds me of Candace Wells or Candace Bly, whatever, a little bit, and how this girl, how Candace's mind is like teenage-like. This woman's was too. Like, she's 28. I mean, she's over 10 years younger than Candace, but still, you know, her mentality also was obviously delayed. She's talking about bringing her stuffed animals. Right? No respect needed to evil. Exactly. I'm not worried about disrespecting her. I'm worried about disrespecting the gay community. That's it. I don't care about her at all, you know. But sometimes it offends like others. I know it wouldn't offend you because I wouldn't mean anything disrespectfully like that. Yeah, 28 years old. We're not talking like, a high schooler going in and doing this. We're talking at our brain is supposed to be fully developed at 25. I think she was just a lesbian and didn't want to admit it, so she called herself a boy. Huh. She shot 4 adults and 3 kids. Yeah. Like, why couldn't she go after the people she had a problem with? Take it out on those people. It sounds like she did get the head at the school, like the principal or something, whatever it's called. I don't know if the person was, I don't know if the other people, the adults that were staff, if they were staff when she was at the school. I mean, if that was elementary, it probably only went up to like 12 or at the most, at the highest. Kaylin, she just burped so loud. Oh my God. How rude. I know, right? They'd be like, take her back. We don't want you. Please. They'd probably be calling her all kinds of names himself. All kinds of derogatory names. I remember seeing the video of her walking the halls after she got in. Yeah, that's crazy. She killed his 9-year-old daughter, not him. Oh my God. That's horrible. Oh my God. Who's him? Who would him be? Marlene? They're sick. There's no understanding for it. I know. That's why it's so interesting to me. She killed his 9-year-old daughter, not him. What, the pastor? Was he her teacher or something at the time when she was there? Because it was a Catholic school or something. I don't know how. I've seen the video where she was pew-pewed. Is it bad that I'm laughing? Speaking of laughing, is it bad that I laugh during scary movies? Why is that? I look at them, I watch them, and I just think, those are so ridiculous. They're so freaking ridiculous. Like, I don't know that I laugh. They're never really scary. Like, I'm trying to think of one that's actually really scary that actually freaked me out. Like, most of them are so stupid. and I crack up. And when I went to, I didn't go this year. I mean, I'm sure they're still having it. So, I mean, I guess I could still possibly still go, but I haven't. But last year I went to Indy Scream Park, and oh my God, I went. That's where me and Jason, I think it was like the last time me and Jason hung out was at, it was, but it was like a month before Halloween. So it was like the end of September. And I think it was like the last time I had seen him. Anyways, we had went to the Cindy Scream Park with his parents, and I literally, I swear, like I peed my pants a little, like, oh my God. It was so funny. I was laughing. I was like peeing my pants laughing. My stomach hurt so bad every time I would get out, because it's like, it had like several haunted houses in one, and like different, it's supposed to have different severities and scariness, and one of them, the scariest one, they chase you with a chainsaw. And the person I was with, like, he ran like a freaking sissy. It was hilarious. I could not do it. And he ran, he was like running from this chainsaw coming after him. It's freaked him out. I mean, he does have PTSD from the military, in his defense, but still, it was so funny to me that I was like, I think I did pee my pants a little, and I just stood there and laughed. I could not move. I was like stuck comatose for like, I don't know how many minutes, just laughing so hard, bent over. And they had one of those freaking chainsaw things right against me. And I just was standing there like cracking up, because I know it's fake. It doesn't, I don't let it, I don't let it get to me like that. You know what I mean? You have to just remember that shit's not real. So I just stood there where they're sitting there with these chainsaws all around me. Because it was so freaking funny. Oh my God. He took off. Like he about pulled me, like knocked me down when he took off, because he was like dragging me through the haunted house. And when the chainsaw person started chasing him, he like started running and like grabbed my hand real tight and like, oh my gosh, about pulled me, like, because I just started laughing. I wasn't gonna run. A lot of people run screaming. Oh my God, the day that me and him went, there was somebody who was arrested. We saw the police coming out of one of the attractions that we were going in, or one of the haunted houses we were going in, because there were several at this. It's like a haunted house, like theme park, basically, like just haunted houses, several of them. And somebody, I guess, had punched one of the people in their private or something. I don't know if it was a reaction. They were saying, though, I wondered if it was like that, but they were trying to make it seem like the person grabbed one of the people in costume in their private area. That's how they were trying to make it out to be. But I also heard that, somebody reacted, when they were scared and hit the person there. But for, some people were saying that they had a employee sexually assaulted by a customer. I guess, I don't know. It was a male that grabbed another male or hit another male there or whatever. Jump scares are the worst, okay? I'll scream loud as hell at jump scares, okay? But if that's if I don't expect it, but if I'm expecting it, you can hear chainsaws coming. I hate jump scares, yeah. I really do. But I actually found out last year during that time that I actually found scary movies. I actually like watching scary movies. I haven't watched any for a very long time, and I never did really till last year. But I was like, oh my God, I actually like watching scary movies because it was like a comedy for me. And I really love comedies. That's my favorite type of movies, like comedies. But now, like, scary movies it's pretty up there because they're so freaking funny. I was like kind of thinking, does that say something about me as I laugh when people are doing these like really gory scenes? I mean, now, there's some things like very sick, twisted things people put in movies and stuff like that. But many of these movies are so ridiculous. I'm not saying that it's not possible to scare me, but I can't think of a movie. What's the scariest movie you've ever seen? I'm trying to think. I can't even think of one. I'm trying to think of one that actually, like, mine would be probably the like based on true story ones, like because some true stories are scarier than the freaking movies. The original Exorcist. Gone Girl. I like reality TV. Yep, guilty. YouTube is kind of like reality TV. And I feel like that's why some people like watching me, because I put so much of my life. I put all my life out there pretty much. Not as much as I did, but people like it. It's like reality TV. But they get to interact, you know what I mean? And they can be the stars themselves, like by making a YouTube if they want to be a actress in this adult playground. Well, it's not. Well, it's supposed to be 18 or over in here, but I doubt anybody under 18 would be really too interested in here. I don't know. I've always been into this type of stuff, but maybe I'm not as cool as I thought maybe I'm not as cool as I think I am. So maybe. Reality, unscripted, documentary. I like documentaries too. I know, samesies. That's exactly me. I love Amish like reality shows. I was really disappointed to find out that Amish Mafia was like, which, duh, it should have been fake. It was obviously fake, but like, come on. A lot of it is like, reality TV is really not reality for the most part. So I guess it's like that with all of it, you know, even like Jersey Shore and stuff. So, whatevs. Somebody just sent me a email that said, "I love Bandit. He's so fluffy." That's so cute. I know, right? He is a fluff ball. He's amazing. I have two really amazing dogs. I don't know how I got so lucky. Yeah. Oh, and I'm really interested in Amish, like driving through Amish country and stuff. Trying to think. I was recently driving through Amish country. I'm trying to think for what. I mean, it's not like real recently. It was a few months ago, but I'm trying to remember why. I'm thinking it was in Ohio, but what the hell would I be doing in Ohio? Oh, was I doing I might have been doing one of those when I was doing those doing that like mystery shop and audit work stuff, jobs, contract work. There was a couple, it was probably when I went to a couple dealerships in Ohio. And on the way there and back, I went through this Amish town. It was so cool. I love that. Nightmares of Ben Hill Road. It's in production. I can tell you every word in Friday, next Friday, Friday after next, and have never watched it. People in my house watch movies over and over. I know. That's what I'm wondering. Is that a joke, Jane? Be careful what you say, because we have to make sure around here. I mean, we've seen crazier shit. Crazier shit has happened around these streets. Okay, we have to know. We need receipts for everything. We need to make sure. Tim's making a movie. Oh, you mean just the rumors, like, that's been going on forever? Is that what you mean? Are you just talking about the rumors or have you actually heard he's actually seriously moving forward with something like that? If he does something like that, that's just going to validate everything I knew from the beginning, not knew, what I thought I knew from the beginning. And that was that he's an opportunist, and he is using the Wells case as an opportunity to, make a name for himself. It's like his last ditch effort. He's 60 something, right? I apologize if he's not quite in his 60s, but I think he is. I was thinking he was more like 65. No offense if he's actually way younger. Still, I mean, he's still upper, middle-aged-ish. And I think he's trying to make a last-ditch effort of a name for himself or something. I mean, he was trying to recruit Brandy. So that made me show he's an opportunist, or that showed me that he was an opportunist. It'd be one thing if he wanted to just help one family, But now he's going to, what is he doing? Does he have an LLC? Has anybody looked and seen if he has an actual LLC for this? Is he now actually a media manager? I could totally see him doing that. I'm just curious if he ever made an official LLC. I would die. That's something we need to look into. What would it be called? Like what? Findsummer.com or Find Summer Wells? No, it wouldn't be that. Probably Tim Mullins. If you could search through his name. I guess I can freaking look. Okay, let's see. Tennessee. I just business entity search. Okay, let's see. Hi, let's see. How do you? Let me see. How's his name spelled? Is it INS? Is it INS? Does anybody know? Let me put Tim. Contains. Or is it ENS? For some reason, some places I see ENS. Or let's see. Sorry, I think my dog's like licking right near the speaker or like the mic. I don't know. Freaking weirdo. I don't know if I'm in the right place. Search businesses. If you want to get electrified of all business entities in the database to the full database, you hear it, Justin? I told you, like, I knew it. Like, no, this is not ASMR. And yes, he is always freaking doing that constantly. He's always trying to sneak up to my ear. I swear on everything. He's the ear bandit. He has the perfect name because he is the ear bandit. He's like the bandit. He's got a mask. Like he I need to make a video of him, like one of those animated videos that like Rat makes, or like Prayer Garden makes. I don't know if you make them, but anyways, bandit walking up and like sneaking up and going after and trying to sneak for an ear. The ear bandit. Do, 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 do. No, he just know. Oh, you didn't hear it? He's adorbs. He's a real showstopper. Yeah, he can't help it. He can't help he's so stunning. You would know nothing about that. Oh, just kidding. Don't. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a whole army of. Justin has like Bieber fans. What was the Bieber fans called? What's Justin's fans called? Do you guys have a little name? I mean, I'm a fan, but like, I mean, the super fans. I'm just an employee. I'm not, I'm just an employee. Believers. Are you a believer? What can we for Justin? Yes, Justin. Well, because I said say sometimes the Zigsters. I call you guys Zigsters. So we could we call like, but really I'm kind of focusing on the super fans. Because believers are, I would call super fans. I'm going to become a member, so you have to load a card to do it. Oh, well, thank you, Rogue. The B-Bets. I could totally see Justin with a Bieber haircut. He's probably had one before. It's cute, though, on some people. Former, let's see. Child star. Evan Ellingson, dead at 35. I don't know who that is. And I don't recognize him. Oh, he was in a shows My Sister's Keeper and CSI. Wow. Oh, you're Sinners. That's right. The Sinners. Justin Sinners. There's not something that rhymes with just, or like his name. Let's see. Yeah, what the name Justin, there's not really anything you can think of that would be really clever. The Jesters. Back in the 90s, I gave my boys the best bull haircuts, and I love their hair. Their hair was, oh my gosh, like Save the Bell, like Zach from Save the Bell. I used to think he was so cute when I was younger. And I used to think Kelly Kapowski was so pretty. Zach Moore, what's his name? Zach Morris or something, or Zach, isn't that his name? And Save the Bell, Slater. There's Slater, Screech, Zach. Kelly Kapowski. Slater, nah. I don't like guys like that are super muscular. Zach Morris. I mean, he's borderline too much pretty boy, but he's cute. I used to think he was cute. Anyways. Doubled eggs. My youngest is a 28-year-old twin for Zach. Oh, really? Oh. Who was a tall girl with red curly hair? You mean Slater's girlfriend in the show? Was it Jessica or something? I know she was in that movie where she was nude in the movie. It was like a stripper thing. I don't know. I forget what it was. It was like a soft porn. Jesse. That's right. Jesse, Kelly, and who's Screech's love interest? What's her name again? There's Jesse, Kelly. Zach Slater, Screech. What's that? The black chick's name on there? Screech's love interest. Didn't Screech pass away? Lisa! Yeah. What happened to her? Oh my God, I know. He was awesome. Oh my gosh, it must be something about that show because that's right. Screech and what'd you say? Jesse both went on to do porn stuff. Well, I think she only did that one show. What was it called? Strippers or what was it called? Strip tease or what the hell was that name of that show? Full House. Oh my God. We always had to freaking watch Full House. Me and my sister would always fight because she'd always want to fucking watch. I'm sorry, my language. She'd always want to freaking watch Full House. And I'd be like, oh, God. She was obsessed with that show. And she was obsessed with that guy on there. Oh, what's his name? My sister was absolutely obsessed with that guy on freaking Full House. Yeah, Showgirls, Moonshine Girl. Thank you. Was his name Jesse also? His name's Jesse also. That's right. Yeah. She was just, oh my God, in love with him forever. She just thought he was so dreamy. So we always had to watch the, I mean, I liked it, but I didn't want to watch it every time, you know? Like every day. We couldn't miss it. We couldn't miss a Full House marathon. It's always been like that, though. My sister's always rolled the roost it's always been like that. That's kind of how Aries are. You Aries. That's how Aries are. I lived Beverly Hills. My favorite was Dylan. Or you love Beverly Hills 90210. Dylan, Brie, Austin Green. Yeah, I watched that a little bit, but I didn't get into it too much. I did, though, for a short time, like a year or so. You're on the border of Aries, and I'm not good at these symbols, but I'm going to say it's not Pisces, so it's the one after Aries, which would be my dad, which, what is that, Taurus or Cancer? No. Taurus. I think it's Taurus. Oh, yep. It's going to write about Leo. Well, Leos can have really, really, really bad tempers. And they can be really, really, hateful, but they can be powerful leaders. They're a lot of times, in show business, because they're so outgoing. They're take charge. But see, the negative, you can think the negative side of Leo would be the negative of those traits, somebody who is too take charge, is, domineering and overpowering. So, yeah, that's what Leos are more susceptible to than some other signs. Just like Pisces are more susceptible, they're susceptible to emotional, depression, anything with the emotions, drug addiction. Leo is going to be anything it's a fire sign, so anything that's about fire, anything that reminds you of fire is Leo. So they're powerful leaders, but yeah, sometimes some people can become like Adolf Hitler, you know what I mean? I don't know when his birthday was, I'm just saying. Yeah, Pisces can be, so the dark side of Pisces is they're more susceptible to emotional, BS, emotional baggage, emotional, a lot of Pisces have, you have very dreamy, and can procrastinate really bad. Aquarius. Aquarius is the air sign, which is about communication. Aquarius are really good are really good humanitarians. I've known some really great Aquarius. Especially an Aquarius man, one of the best people I've ever met. They're about equal rights and about, equality. Human rights, activist. They like to speak up for those who don't have a voice. but the cold or the dark side of a Aquarius, the part that they are susceptible to is they can be really cold. You know, they can be very very cold. They can be kind of come off very emotionless. As far as they are activists, but sometimes they can, you know, in relationships, they can kind of sometimes if they can come off cold sometimes if you, well, that's if you're in the dark side, you know, if you're not balanced. Yeah. Oh, was Hitler an Aries? Was he? That makes sense to me. Sorry, Aries, but they can have really bad tempers. Especially the men. Well, even the women. I mean, but so can any sign, okay? And plus, like people always say on these you know, metaphysical channels, astrology channels or whatever, tarot channels, you have more signs than just your sun sign and your chart. There's several others. And so you have to see your natal chart and you'll see, like, you know, like for me, Pisces occurs 4 times in my chart. So I'm heavily Pisces, you know, Pisces traits are going to really align with who I am. You know, you could have a sun, you could be a Leo, but in your chart, you have a lot of water like Pisces or Scorpio or Cancer. And then when that gets added in, that really softens you because that's water. Water puts out fire. Water's emotion. So you kind of have to know your chart. My sun sign definitely, it really resonates with me always, Pisces readings always, because I have so much Pisces in my chart. So I really resonate with the, you know, Pisces characteristics. So if you're a Leo and you're not resonating with the things I'm saying, it's probably because you might have a lot of, you know, water in your chart, you know, a different sign in your chart that is kind of, you know, taking over, I guess. Especially like your moon sign. Yeah. Yep. And you are kind of hard-headed, not in a mean way, but yeah, you're kind of, you know, just, I don't know, is opinionated kind of the same thing as being hard-headed? Do you think that's similar? Because Taurus are supposed to be, you know, they're the bull, and I think that's kind of a characteristic of all Earth signs, Taurus, and right at the moment I'm having a freaking brain fart and can't think of the other 2 Earth signs, but I'll think of them, I'm sure, here in a few. It's going to bug me if I don't figure it out. But anyways, yeah, Earth signs are, which Capricorn's one of the Earth signs, is another one. Capricorn, Taurus. They're very opinionated, hard-headed, because I don't know. They're like the highest, like in the tarot, people who are Earth signs are are kind of more like the higher in society. I don't know how to explain it. Like they would be the rich people of the, of the tarot. Okay, if I was to describe. And so that goes with, because they're business people. They would be like the Republicans, People think that a lot of them are whatever. Anyways, that because the characteristics of these type of people that I'm mentioning are kind of the characteristics of Earth signs like Capricorn and Taurus. Very business, can be very conservative, can be very traditional. But, like the negatives of these signs would be like these people they'll work themselves to death and they love doing it. Their work is their first love. And you have to, especially a Capricorn. Yep. And they're going to be know-it-alls. So that's one of the shadow thing, of the Earth sign. Like water signs are the more spiritual, more sensitive, more emotional. But yeah, I'm going to have all kinds of courses on that, guys. Over on my other YouTube page. Or I have a website that I'm making for Empress Ziggy at empressziggy.com. I think it says it in the chat every once in a while. It's going to, like I've said before, it's going to kind of evolve into something bigger, hopefully. So we'll see. Kind of excited. Aquariums are usually, yes, like because air signs are usually very intelligent. They're good at speaking. They're good at communications. Like I could see like Obama, Barack Obama, he's a really good speaker. I would think that he was like, well, I would see him either as, I would say he has a lot of air in his chart and a lot of earth. That's great, Alicia, that you think like that. That's how Aquarius people think. Did you say you're Aquarius? Because that's how the Aquarius that I knew that I was saying was a really good person. He also was able to avoid trouble a lot, I was kind of it was a guy I was with for several years when I was younger, and I was wild when I was younger. Okay, and when we met, he was wild too, but he kind of like he got in trouble and had to get on probation for something kind of silly. But anyways, he quit all that, and I didn't, and he turned into like somebody like super careful and he was like always I always like looked at him as paranoid, you know, and it would irritate me, but he was so good. He, you know, would avoid trouble, like really. He would stay out of trouble. He was so good at like, he made that one mistake that one time, and he was like that. He always like played the tape out ahead. I mean, I do that now, but I didn't used to do that at all. But I don't know if that was immaturity of me, or if that, you know, just me being young, or if it was because of substances, you know. Oh, thank you so much for the Cash App. Yay. You still watching, Justin? What do you mean? What's going on? I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm tired. I have to take the pups out. And I have been on for almost 3 hours. I've had a long day. I got up today at pretty early. For me, like 9 a.m. That's like super early for me. And I've been making content all day on my other channel. Oh, yeah, he's just a great speaker. Everybody has their gifts. That's what makes the world turn, you know? That's why it's interesting how that kind of astrology stuff works. I mean, people, I don't know. I know a lot of people don't believe in that stuff, but it's very accurate, at least for things I've seen, and makes me wonder. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Oh, you're okay, Coco. Sorry, though. I'm actually getting off here now. I need to take the pups out and get to sleep, so time flies. I can't believe it's already been 3 hours. I mean, I was only planning on being on for like, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. But lately I've been staying on a little bit longer. I think the other day I was on for like 4.5 hours or something crazy. That was like insane. Or maybe it wasn't that much. Maybe it was like, I don't know. All right, guys. We'll talk tomorrow, okay? Check out my website at empressziggy.com. Wink, wink. Leave some comments on my blog sites. All right. Talk to you later.